Now does it work?
It's working.
That was the most awkward. I tried to do a new trick just then and it didn't work. I knew I shouldn't have done that. So, live from the Mighty Veedverks Airship. I'm Travis Lippert, CEO of Verks Unlimited Limited.
And I'm Julie Richardson.
And today we're here with Melinda
Adamec.
Adamec. God. I know how to spell it.
And you wouldn't want me to even try.
It's, it's all good.
Since I've obviously had some audio problems right there at the beginning, if you guys could give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay, I'd appreciate it. So I don't have to wear these headphones the whole time.
Quentin's there.
Hi, Quentin. Thanks for calling in.
Well, we carry this. And you can get it. This is a little 2-ounce spray bottle, and it is on the Veedverks website.
And
we are very much encouraging all of the stores to carry it as well.
Yeah. So, tell us about Cannabolish.
Yes. So Cannabolish, I'll grab a product here. This is our spray. We have a candle and a travel size spray. Our products remove odors. They're made with natural ingredients, so plant oils and water. Completely remove the odor. No fragrance, no harsh chemicals. So you can consume and not leave a trace behind.
Right. Well, in the base of the candle is...
it's a soy and beeswax combination blended with our plant oils. Mm-hmm. So, and the formulation, the proprietary blend of those oils, it's really what our secret sauce is. So it attracts to the odor molecule, encapsulates it, and breaks it down naturally. And it's just crazy effective. It's amazing.
Well, that's what I wanted you to say. You said exactly what I wanted you to say because, I took it to stores and the first comment was, I don't smell anything. It doesn't smell like, cookies and cream or what have you. And they didn't, and I was like, well, that's the whole benefit of it. It's taking away the noxious odors.
Yes, exactly. So our goal is to have no odor, whether you've smoked cannabis, you have had a cigarette, you have, had a different odor in your home. We want that space to be odor free. Mm-hmm. If you're spraying a fragrance based product that has, kind of a fake fragranty ingredient, you're going to get fragrance on top of the odor. Mm-hmm. You don't get the odor elimination piece of that. So you don't want to smell like cannabis and apple pie. Right. That's just a weird, right? That's just weird. So, so our goal is no odor.
Right. Yeah, I'd be asked, what kind of strain is that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's called apple pie.
Which there might be an apple pie strain. We just don't know. I bet there
is somewhere, yes.
So. You have an interesting slogan coming up that's really exciting. That helps us make sense to, and it's a terpene on terpene, and that's what you call the plant and the botanicals in there. Yeah. And what I love is there's not any separation. I was the first one to open up the box and look at it, and we loved the beautiful bottle to start with, but I'm not seeing a need to shake it, but
the directions do say shake.
Yeah,
well,
it says shake it.
Plant oil, so you want to shake it.
But you don't see it separating.
No.
Like you do a lot of the other, like I'll go into other holistic, like cottage industry type of places and buy their air fresheners, and you hold it up and you can see it separated.
Yeah.
And you don't want that,
So the parent company makes OMI Industries, makes Cannabolish products. So we've been in the odor control business for almost 30 years now.
Since 1991.
Since 1991.
Based in headquartered in St. Louis, and their Chicago.
Close.
But your main plant's in Rising Sun, Indiana?
Right. Our manufacturing facility and also our research and development center. And we just opened actually a new research and development center last week in Rising Sun, Indiana. So we're very excited about that. And our chemists and our experts there develop formulations that are all natural. Industrially, we work all over the world with different types of facilities, manufacturing facilities, wastewater treatment plants, paper mills, asphalt plants, any of those like really, really smelly places. And they use our liquid with our equipment that we designed for those facilities, and it's vented into the air to remove the odors from the environment. So if you're venting into the environment, you better be sure that your product is all natural, that it's safe, that it's EPA and OSHA approved. And so with that history and the efficacy and that expertise, we designed and developed Cannabolish products. And this particular product was designed by our chemist, who, as I said, has her PhD. She's also a mom of 2 boys, so safety is very important to her as well. And it was specifically designed. We actually had some customers that we work with commercially, hotels and car rental companies, that kept saying, you know, your product works great, but can you design us something that is very specific to cannabis and tobacco odors? And so Cannabolish was born out of that. So nicely, we had the ability to test this product before we even knew we were going to make this product. And so
in a very stinky place.
I've been testing it a lot recently.
Yes.
Yeah, your test market was in Las Vegas hotels.
Las Vegas hotels. I mean, there's no
that's
bigger party place, right? And and had successful testing. I mean, just phenomenal response from the housekeeping staff there. Loved the product. And it's safe. They can spray it while they're cleaning the room. They can spray it while they're cleaning the car. So that's revenue for those places. And so we thought, you know what, we have something on our hands here that we think that consumers would want in their home. It's safe, it's natural. We designed it to look nice in your house too. So
yeah, I love the packaging.
Thank you.
I love the color. I mean, this is a little stupid thing that unless you do things like make lotions and put them in green bottles, like the color of green on your bottles is just, it's non-standard and it's beautiful. And
Thank you.
The you know, if you buy candles like at the grocery store or whatever, like the top never stays on the candle, and then like say one of those like $6 glass candles that smell like, you know, peach sunset chocolate. And that cap, the first thing you do is, I mean, do you ever use the cap? I throw it away, you know, or it just sits around, never back on the candle. And so when I first saw your products, I was just really impressed by the fact that this is made out of, this is a paper cap, like a, you know, it weighs like almost nothing, and it fits on here like a glove. Like it. So next time you're at the grocery store, go buy the candles and just try and pick one up like that. And like, it's probably going to just fall straight out of there. So you really, I think that the first thing that you can tell about your products is that you guys really care about your packaging, and you care about, it starts with it. Yes. And then you can draw those same inferences all the way through. You know, once you use the product, they care about their products, and it's an excellent candle, and it's an excellent weed spray. And we definitely we haven't tested it with cigarettes, but we've definitely burned a lot of J's around here, and it doesn't smell like that.
Right.
It's, and Cannabolish is a big part of it.
I like it because this is travel size.
Correct.
You know,
right?
And
airplane approved.
Airplane approved. You can stick it in your purse. Nobody's taking it away from you.
Right.
You know, you can get. Of course, you'd want the big bottle for your home. You know, and the candle. But right now, I mean, I don't know if I would. If you buy this as a gift,
right?
You know,
it's a perfect.
It's a perfect gift.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
What I like about it is, you know, I'm past mother's stage, but I'm grandma age, you know, and, you know, kids lick everything.
Oh, yeah.
They want to put in pets, and, you know, and if you want to put something down and have in your home that if they get into it, if they spray it in their mouth or on their skin, you know, you're not calling poison control.
Correct. It is all natural plant extracts, plant oils, and water. The other nice thing is too, if you're a medical patient and you have a compromised immune system, spraying something like this into your house, into your room, into your car is not going to have that negative impact that if you were to use some type of air freshener that you probably wouldn't use anyway, because if you're in that situation, you know better than to use those types of products. This is a solution for you.
Well, that was one of my first thoughts when I was reading the info on it, was how many refugee families that we're, in contact with on a daily basis. And this is important. I know I'm an epilepsy family, so this is important to me as well. And people don't realize something as simple as fragrance can, there's our refugee sticker, can cause an episode, or, when you say compromise, that can be breathing compromise, and a can of the commercial air freshener can cause some people to literally have asthma attacks.
Absolutely.
And have trouble breathing for not just a few minutes, but days.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And as I mentioned, our background and our history and efficacy in different markets where we have made natural odor control products. Another area that we do offer a lot of solutions and we're really well known in is the healthcare industry. So in hospitals and nursing homes, you can't spray harsh chemicals to remove odors. We all know, we've been there. There are odors in those facilities that, are just tough to get rid of. And
amoxicillin.
Yes, and they're cleaning when they're,
It smells like antibiotics in nursing homes.
Yes.
Peed out antibiotics. Once you smell it, you just always know, that's what that smells like, nursing home. So
our products in those facilities not only help the patients because they have, it's a quality of life and dignity, but also the people that work in those facilities that have a better quality of life. So really that kind of again goes back to Cannabolish products too. We want you to be able to consume without the stigma or without that negative implication of like, oh, you smell, or you work in a facility, or, this is your medication that you're taking. You don't want to have that. You just don't want to smell like it. I don't want my clothes to smell. I don't want my clothes to smell like tacos if I've gone to have tacos too. It's just, I want to smell like nothing.
Yeah.
That's a great,
I love tacos,
you should,
but I don't want to smell like them.
I worked at a taco joint in high school to pay up for the repair bills on my car. And I never buy a Fiat X19. And that taco smell it is weird. If you make tacos all day, your clothes smell like tacos like crazy.
Yes.
Cannabolish.
Taco Bell, yes. My younger brother actually worked at Taco Bell in high school. So before Cannabolish was, or any of our other products, and his clothes stayed in the garage.
That made me think of one of my sons worked at Domino's, and he always smelled like pizza. Always.
Like the tacos have parts that are like good about them and tasty, and then some underlying parts that are kind of the stank of a taco. And we're making tacos all day long. You come home with nothing but the stank. I don't think I ever smelled like a taco. I smelled like a
old burrito.
I smelled like regret.
Well, so even, I've had a mom that I met a few months ago who works in a grow facility. And she leaves the grow facility and goes to pick up her kids at school and kind of gets the, a little bit of a stink eye from the teachers. And so she was jumping all over, up and down, happy to find Cannabolish products and uses them.
Because you can just spray it on your clothes.
You can spray it on your clothes. So this spray is so safe. I mean, I'll show you guys, I can spray it in my eyes. I can breathe it in. You can spray it on anything that's water safe. It's not going to stain unless it's like a silk or something, that's a sensitive fabric. But you can spray this on the upholstery of your car. You can spray it on the upholstery in your home, in the air. So it's a really versatile, active, elimination formula.
And the cool thing is, after a few minutes when it dries, there's no smell.
Right.
This doesn't smell, and you smell like you should smell, and there's no, spot on you that's going to smell like pumpkin spice or something.
Right.
The odor is gone, and there's no residual smell whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really pleasant, and we put it through its paces. Like before we, took on the product line, we tried it, and we have a good setup for trying how to, make the smoke go away. And then since then, it's a natural part of the thing that we do to keep our medicating area, pleasant smelling, or at least neutral smelling.
And it's nice that it doesn't, in my opinion, I mean, obviously people have different opinions on what they like and what they don't want, like when they're spraying something or smelling something, but the formulation of the wintergreen oil with the other proprietary plant oils, it's a nice, pleasant, kind of light initial scent that dissipates over time. So you're not getting like a medicinal, it's so harsh, but it has to get rid of the odor.
Right.
It's pleasant and inviting and light. And so we get that a lot too, or people are really happy with. And actually some have said, can you make the smell last longer? I'm like, well, no, then it wouldn't work. Because when it stops smelling like the formulation, it's because it's grabbed the odor molecules and gotten rid of them. So yeah, it's interesting. It's really fascinating, the science behind the formulation.
And I hadn't even thought about grow facilities.
Just walking out of a grow, like
girl. I had one of our friends in the industry was working in a grow facility, and she needed a ride home, and I went and picked her up. That side of my vehicle for days. Yeah. I couldn't imagine what her car smells like. And she said, "Oh, I really apologize for that." I'm like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. It'll go away." It's not the first time my car smelled like that, but my goodness, it never smelled like that. Or if you have a home
grow, too. If you're growing in your house. Now, we say, please don't spray this near your plants because we don't want to impact your plants in any way. Anything that you spray near a plant is going to have some kind of implication on the plant. And while, our formula won't harm the plant, it will change the profile of the plant. So, but in the other areas of your home where you have that odor because you have a home grow, light a candle, spray the spray. It's going to get rid of that odor. So, so someone walking into your house for the first time is going to go, oh, I know they have a grow here somewhere. So
usually you smell it walking up to the front door.
Maybe. Depends how much they have, right?
Yeah, depending on their filters.
Yes.
Well, and that is another thing too. I put, those of us that are more plant-minded, no chemicals, that kind of stuff, we'll put essential oils on our filters in our air conditioning systems and stuff. Would that work, or would that dispense?
It would go pretty quickly. I mean, you could definitely do it. Yeah, it's something that we've really thought about over the years of how could we make an air filter that would also filtrate odors. And because there's so much air passing through there, our formula would wick off really quickly.
Right. That's what I'm thinking it wouldn't.
So yeah, it's an interesting idea. And I think at some point we'll hopefully figure that out. So.
Right.
Business idea.
There we go.
Write it down.
I try and think of a business idea every show that we do. Here's the new idea. Maybe it's such a good idea, surely somebody's already done it. Air fresheners shaped like cannabis leaves that have cannabis terpene profiles on them. It wouldn't be it would need to be all like to sell air freshener, but hanging from your mirror. So if you get pulled over.
Oh, you're faking them out?
It's like, it's like, it would be like the cannabis version of the Christmas tree.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It doesn't smell like a Christmas tree. It just smells overpowering. It wouldn't be a good product for you guys because your stuff is actually...
We're the opposite,
Yeah, you're kind of the opposite of that. Right.
Well,
didn't say it was a good business idea.
No,
I just
it's
said
interesting.
Yeah.
Has anybody done a pot leaf air freshener? Think about it.
Well, how about a hemp air freshener for your home that has a pocket in there that has a filtration that would, not only catch odors, but microbials and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because, I spend a lot of money. You got the little inserts that you can put in there.
Yeah.
That'll disperse fragrance to your home. But you read the back of that and you go, holy crap, I don't want that being, dusted all over everything.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Interesting.
Devise a hemp home system ventilation. There we go.
Hey, Nick, thanks for tuning in, by the way.
CBD heals.
Not paying enough attention to that again. I wanted to talk real quick about the fact that the Farm Bill, the 2014 Farm Bill expires this Sunday, September 30th, and Congress, you guys need to get it together and get that thing passed in time. Extending it will be devastating to not just the hemp industry, but to your base. And it's not a good time to be going against your base. Also, it's a good time to be getting on board with hemp because when that farm bill does pass, then hemp will be an agricultural commodity, the same thing as corn or soybeans or sorghum or anything.
Right.
And hemp is cannabis sativa L with less than 0.3% delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol on a dry weight basis. So cannabis, as long as it's got less than this one molecule, less than 0.3% of this one molecule in it, then that's going to be growing everywhere, and it's going to be grown by the square miles. So you better get on board. But yeah, get on it. How could you let that deadline pass? And to hang up the whole farm bill over the SNAP program, I think is foolish on everybody's part. So support your farmers. Share this. Share this. Not this. You don't have to share this video to do it, but send this message out there to your Facebook feed, or maybe even call your senator and just say, pass the farm bill on time. Come on.
Right. Because there's so many companies that we know personally that are just waiting to run with their lives, basically, and their companies waiting on the end of September. And here it is, and we're not hearing anything about it.
Yeah. I think there's 4 people who need to just hash out those little differences. Like in the grand scheme of thing, what's, everything going on in America, like something that I think that we can all agree on is that we shouldn't totally screw our farmers right now. They've already got like their soybean sales, they're hurting. They need that help. And they vote red in general. So don't screw that up, Congress.
Right. Well, I mean, the farmers that have been struggling for years and years and years can now have a crop that's going to be more economically feasible. It's not going to need all the water. It's not going to need the chemicals, and the, constant barrage of chemicals, the fertilizers, the anti-foliage, and all of this stuff that they put on there. So they're going to, that's going to get them at a better economic. They're ready for that. Travis had a call with a guy about a month ago that was all excited about his first seed crop. Just the thought, that was a possibility.
Yeah.
Whereas before they, are in contracts to buy it from a certain distributor that we're not going to name.
Yeah.
But, here we are, and you turn on the morning news, and I was hoping to hear something about the Farm Bill. And all I'm hearing is about Brett Kavanaugh. And
I believe her, by the way. I listened to that for well over an hour. I listened through the first 2 breaks this morning. I believe her. And, why take a chance?
Why would you put yourself through that?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an important decision for our country, but
she's a smart, very just believable woman, and I believe her. Like,
that's
it makes
a warrior thing to do.
It
is. This is the most like uncannabis political that we've ever gotten here. Like, I try to not really get involved in that because I mean, cannabis is a bipartisan thumbs up. And hemp is even more bipartisan thumbs up. And so that's usually, we fight for the plant, we fight for the patients, we fight to end prohibition. But I believe her. She's a smart woman. They asked her.
maybe 4. Did I read something 4 last night?
Somebody asked her, like the prosecutor asked her, how do you know that you remember that correct, or how did you form that memory? And the woman's I assume PhD doctor at some California university in like psychology. She said, well, during traumatic times, epinephrine and norepinephrine write memories to your hippocampus, and those, she didn't call them flashbulb memories, but that's what she was saying, is that they're flashbulb memories, and some stuff you just remember. And I believe her. And
well, there's a professor that's right up the road that's from Boulder.
Yeah.
That are her too.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's very hard. You know, this is a woman that loves her country so much that she was willing to put herself through this, you know, and she's even getting death threats and all kinds of stuff, you know, but she loves me and you and you and you so much that she was willing to put herself, you know.
She did an excellent job. I'd take a class from her too. She's good at speaking, at explaining things.
And so, well, I want to encourage everybody. You got to try this. We're going to get these in all of our stores. Hopefully, we want them everywhere. You can buy them on our website. You're in how many dispensaries here in town?
So in Colorado, I think it's now about 20, 25 locations. So some of the dispensaries have multiple locations. So we're kind of excited about that. We have a dispensary chain in Oregon that just started carrying us. So we just launched this product in April. So the response has been fantastic. We also sell this on Amazon and then on our website, Cannabolish.com too. And there's a lot more information about the products and the history of our company on Cannabolish.com too, if you're just looking for some more detail there.
Right.
So obviously you all are experts now too, so you can answer almost any question that comes our way.
Well, I mean, it just is such a perfect fit for this company. You know, it's kind of what we go along with and talk about all the time. And, you know, and this is such a need, and I love that we have this now.
Did you know that the DEA rescheduled? We were waiting for the DEA to reschedule CBD because once the FDA approved Epidiolex, then the DEA had 90 days to reconcile the fact that it could not be on Schedule 1 anymore, at least the CBD part.
Right.
So what they did is they're only touching the pharmaceutical, like if it's marketed as a pharmaceutical product, which right now we just have GW's products that are doing that. But now they're Schedule 5. So, you know, you'll still need a prescription for them, but that's pretty low. But the Farm Bill supersedes whatever the hell the DEA says about when it comes to hemp. As long as, which, you know, like all of these tinctures that Haley's Hope and Charlotte's Web and they come from hemp, and the Farm Bill says that notwithstanding basically everything else that's been passed, the Farm Bill protects hemp as an agricultural commodity, and it includes the extracts, derivatives, cannabinoids, and maybe it just says those three things. So
everything but
back
THC.
on that, yeah. That was my two. Usually I start and I try and go off on my news rant right off the bat, but we jump right into this. But those are the two things that I had to say today. Pass the Farm Bill. The deadline is Sunday. Get on it. Don't screw it up. And number two, you know, just FYI, Epidiolex is now Schedule 5, and Charlotte's Web should be Schedule nothing. Should be Schedule corn.
Right.
Like regulated like tea.
Well, what I'd like to see is, you know, working with farmers in Louisiana after flooding, there was all kinds of incentives that came down as far as grants and stuff for farmers to be using. We need more manufacturing. So what I'm hoping is, as if it's going to be treated like an agricultural crop, I'm hoping that manufacturing is also, you know, that is a wide open door. You know, we talk about what could be a hemp product every week, and it's up into the 300,000s of things that people have. You know, think anything plastic in your home, anything plastic, anything rubber, this table, press board, surgical things, and here we are destroying this planet with plastics, and we have a solution that needs manufacturing. You know, we have the first question somebody asked me is, "Oh my gosh, is that hemp?" And I'm like, oh, I wish it was. It's great that it's paper.
In our next iteration, now we're looking into that. So we got that question too. So
do you have the hookup for that?
We have one, but I'm always open to
we have
other...
a couple.
Great.
We have a couple. But the thing is, it's so expensive because of supply and demand.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting though? Like, so this, for us, obviously coming from the industrial odor control business, and now we're in the cannabis industry, really, even though we're an ancillary product to it. When I meet with people and talk with them and go to trade shows and go to different meetings, I'm blown away by not only the level of investment, the experience and intellect that's infused into this industry, but also all these other businesses now and this economy that has now spawned off of the cannabis industry, and now soon hemp as well. I mean, it's just fascinating, and as you said, that I'm so happy that it's a bipartisan issue. And it's something that I think that this country needs, to move forward. We had the .com days; they're behind us now. What's next? Like, this is the future.
This is next.
This is next. And we had this conversation. It's every day in this industry is exciting, and we will never run out of people to talk to, because there's so many smart, wonderful, innovative people coming to the table, and it's cannabis and and so we have friends that do cannabis and yoga. We just so many different
cannabis
outlets.
in church.
That's right. Yes. There's the cannabis church.
Yes. And sometimes they have yoga at the cannabis church too, right? I think I met someone that does those yoga classes.
Well, that's probably Canna Sam.
Okay.
A really sweet young lady with long red hair.
I think I'll give a shout out to Green Love Denver.
Okay.
So I think she does some stuff, and I'll have to look back and see where her classes were. But she loves Cannabolish too, and she posted on her Instagram for us, which we love.
Yeah, that would be a wonderful little addition to your yoga studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting, when I was in Portland, there are a couple dispensaries that have space on the side of their building, and they do free Sunday yoga classes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that's
I would go to that.
That's New Evolution that I've been talking to you about.
Yeah.
That's our space.
Oh, wow.
And that's a good friend of ours. Her husband owns, it's Dank.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember where it was.
Dank is in the back.
Okay.
And then the yoga studio, and then there's another one, and the one over here is the free yoga on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And that's where New Evolution's event.
It must be where I've seen it.
New Evolution's awesome.
Yeah, and we are working really hard to turn that into a wonderful space. And we had a community painting party, and we're going to have a lot more community everything parties. And
fun.
Yeah, it's so
good. Well, then maybe we'll be there, and if you guys go, you can grab some Cannabolish.
Yes. And I've already gotten permission, if Anne Marie is watching. Is she watching? But she probably won't hear in a minute. Door prizes. I just got it okayed.
Yay.
So it's good to support these nonprofits and, offer these door prizes to get more people to show up at their events and everything. So we love to do that.
We love to support those kinds of events. It's fun for us.
Right.
We know people will try the product and they'll really be impressed. So we're not shy about
I like it. Yeah,
sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's always nice to have a product where if you have people try it, there's a pretty good chance that they'll buy it.
Yes.
Or at least like it.
And buy it again. Yeah, it's not the first buy, it's the second, third, fourth, fifth buy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it works. I mean, you know, typically air fresheners don't work, and we're not that we're an air freshener. We're different, but it actually works. We do what we say we're going to do. We get rid of the odor.
Cool.
Now, my last question is, I got a text earlier that one of my pets at home had an upset stomach. And this is for, specially designed for smoke odors, but plant on plant. But will it do all biological odors like that?
So it's nice.
This is going to be good for that pet smell I'm going to come home to.
Yes. And in fact, I had one of the stores up in the Vale area. They were trying the product before they wanted to bring it into the store to offer to their customers. And the woman who owns the store had a cat issue. at home and said, well, I'm just going to bring some of this home with me to try it. And so the next day they called me and said, we'd like to order this for the store because it worked on removing her cat had incontinence issue.
Wow.
And that's a tough odor. So it will work on other odors in your home. Absolutely. So obviously it was designed for cannabis and tobacco odors, but if you have cooking odors or other pet odors in your home, you can light the candle, you can spray the spray, and it's going to get rid of it. Or in your car, if you've had a skunk, you know, somebody left milk in your car, you know, all the kinds of fun things.
So it's basically anything that's, you know, biological. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was driving in the car with my kid. I think it was last fall, and we drove by a dead skunk, and he said, "It smells like Dada's study."
Oh no!
Okay.
Daddy's study is a little skunky.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not with Cannabolish.
Now with this beautiful candle, you can light the candle in your study. I just like how it smells, even when you don't light it. It's like wintergreeny and it smells just fresh,
like chewing gum almost.
I know. Does it smell? It smells a little bit like double mint. That old school double mint gum that you used to have when you were a kid. But I love the smell. This is my favorite product too. It's so effective.
The candle?
Oh yeah. I mean, you light this and in a couple minutes, the odor is gone, and you have this kind of nice light wintergreeny scent, and then you can blow it out. And
I needed this thing 2 months ago. I was helping a friend decarb a bunch of hemp in the house.
Yeah.
Because her neighbor, she lived in a place where her neighbors complained. And I said, well, sure, you know, just come on over. Why don't you do it Sunday? And so she did. And I, you know, was there and everything. And, you know, I have family members that are very religious, and they send me a lot of come to Jesus people every now and again. Well, that particular Sunday where my friend was there decarbing her, it was CBD, and, you know, because I was teaching her how to, you know, make her medicines out of it. And get a knock on the door, and if I had that, I peeped out the window, and here were all these missionaries.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that probably my aunt, my mama's sister, or something.
Oh my gosh! Too funny. Yeah. See, they would have been none the wiser.
Yeah, I would have just lit that because it was stout. It was stout because I had a couple of neighbors kind of lean over the fence, going, "What you doing today, Julie?" Because you could just smell it.
Oh my gosh.
Wolfing.
Yes. No, I mean, especially, or if you live in apartments and you're consuming, you know, that smell is going to permeate because there's shared ventilation.
Right.
So this is perfect for that.
Well, that's why she came to my house to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't not. So yeah, it's, and even if you don't consume, but maybe you do live in an apartment and you're trying to get rid of the odor, this could be an option for you also. So.
Right.
Taco Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Well, and I'm really paying attention. There was a cute little house I looked at to rent,
Fish
and
fry
I didn't
Fridays.
because it smelled like cat.
Yeah.
You know, if I could walk in and smell cat in an empty house, no.
And that's the thing, I think, with odors too. What we've learned, what I've learned from our chemists and our head of research and development, you know, you get used to the odor, and so you're not noticing it. So you could smell like, you know, cannabis everywhere you're going today, but you don't notice it, but everybody else notices it. So this way, we give you a little reassurance that that's not going to happen.
So about odors, we talk about terpenes all the time, which are like the fragrant floral molecules in roses, and or just in plants. And in plants, if a plant smells good, that's terpenes. But I mean, the odors that you're talking about with the
pet
odors like putrescines and cadaverines, and even like that skunky smell I was talking about, maybe thiols and stuff. And so is this with your with what you've done with OMI, you guys have been fighting like the nasty odors, like the stuff that just is, I mean, putrescine.
Think about a wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do at the wastewater treatment plant? And if you've lived near a wastewater treatment plant, now the plant was there first, and then people's homes were built, and then the wind shifts a certain way. In the summer, if you're having a barbecue, it's all coming your way. So we work with those facilities who get the phone call from the neighborhood association saying, you know, I just spent X millions of dollars on a home and now it smells like a toilet. And so, yeah, I mean, that's some nasty odors, asphalt plants. And in fact, it's interesting because we work with different asphalt plants all around the world, and different asphalt in different areas of the world smells differently. So our chemists can actually design formulation to specifically attack the odor issues in this version versus in Canada versus Chile versus Europe versus, you know, Florida versus Seattle. I mean, it's all different depending because of the different chemical makeup of the
sugar beet or paper mill.
Right. Yeah. So they have a fun job, let me tell you. They get all kinds of crazy smelly stuff sent to the lab to test, but it's pretty amazing what we can do with our technology.
It is.
So yeah, so we can get rid of that odor. Cannabolish, I mean, we got you covered.
We got this.
Yes, we got this. We're confident.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and talking to us about your products. We're excited. These are great products, and we're excited to have them on our website and to be going out there and doing some promos, get them in stores, and it's interesting stuff. It's an interesting business. It's a good business. I'm envious. And I love your packaging. And they're great products. You can get them on Cannabolish.com.
Right.
You can get them on Veedverks.com.
Right.
You can get them on Amazon.
Exactly.
And then otherwise, Google it. Cannabolish. I bet you'll be able to find it.
You will. Yes, thank you. No, it's been so much fun talking with you both. I'm excited. We're thrilled to be partnered with Veedverks, and hoping to meet some more folks that are already buying your other amazing products. So, and I'll give all that great feedback to our team too. I know that they'll really appreciate that.
And you're coming back to visit the Canna family and maybe go to some events.
Yes, I will definitely be back.
Get you hooked up. So, you know, and before you know it, you might be volunteering and you
Absolutely. I'm here. I love Colorado. It's beautiful. I live in the DC area, so I can go do some lobby days maybe and then come out here and have some fun. So
yeah, well, we'd love to help you with lobby days too, that sort of thing. I miss my DC time.
It's an interesting place to live, that's for sure.
It
especially
is
these days.
It is, and I've always wondered if I've lost my FBI clearance now.
That I can't help you with.
I know, right? Makes me wonder.
I don't know.
I'm definitely going to go try.
As long as you keep passing your drug tests here, then you'll be fine. Passing it, I mean, you know, testing positive for cannabis.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that you're well balanced.
I did go to a doctor, and he was like, "Well, we have to test everybody." And I said, "Well, actually, that's kind of cool because I take so much that I don't get high anymore, and I'd like to know how much is in my system."
Oh, I've got a great idea. I'll tell you, no, I don't want to reveal it yet. Okay. I have an idea. It's going to be great for the. Okay, so at the Connoisseur Cup, they, you know, people do a lot of concentrates and stuff, and I think what if we should get a bunch of like sticks that you pee on, like put them in the bathroom
and see what their range is.
Yeah, see how like blue or red, or I don't know if they're digital. I've never. That would be a cool little Connoisseur Cup. Get a lab to do that,
because what they were testing me for is if I was taking the opioid, which I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, and they're testing me to see if I'm taking their drugs, and I'm not. The only thing in my system is a bunch of different medicinal herbs and a lot of cannabis. So.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cannabolish.com.
Yes.
Go at Amazon.com, Veedverks.com. Go get yourself an excellent candle or some excellent spray.
Yes.
And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on
Tuesday. No. They will see us for a little while tomorrow because Khadijah's going to stop by.
Oh, we'll see you tomorrow. What time?
Around noon. Same time.
Okay. I need to coordinate schedules with you better.
I just found out.
Okay. All right.
And she called us